My name is Father Pius, born in Kenya in 1962, December 30th, 1962. I come from a big family of 10. I'm the fifth born. I suffer from the middle child syndrome. So he had 6 girls, 4 boys. So there we are, Kenya, Nairobi, Kenya, that's where I grew up. I'm coming to Holy Cross Catholic Church in Durham from St. John the Baptist Catholic Church in Roanoke Rapids after being there for 12 years. As I was leaving, I had 5 masses for the weekend. A wonderful community of communities, and they got me in the paper right there. As you can see, 12 years of Father Pius. And then there I am, after Mass, and then they had a lot of coverage of me. So those who had to attend one of the 5 Masses, those who were not able, they live streamed. They just had the parade, of course, waving, and some of them, they were in tears, hugs, some gifts. It was lovely. It was emotional after being there for 12 years, and then I felt, I had mixed feelings. Sad I was leaving, but at the same time thrilled, taking up this new assignment, which is a challenge, which will begin on the 4th of July weekend, which will be a new beginning as the country celebrates 245th anniversary of independence. This will be a new beginning for Holy Cross Catholic Church in Durham. I speak 4 languages. To begin with, I speak, Kenya has 42 different tribes. I come from the 2nd largest tribe, the Luya. So I speak my mother tongue, which is Bukusu, which is a sub-tribe of the 16 tribes that make up the Luya tribe. And then that's my mother tongue. And then Swahili, which is the national language of Kenya, which has been made to be official language in Kenya, and which is spoken in about 13 countries in Africa. And Swahili also is recognized as one of the 5 languages spoken at the African Union. At the African Union, they have English, French, Portuguese, Arabic, and now Swahili. And then so every second Sunday of the month, I do celebrate Mass for the Swahili-speaking people in the Triangle. So I used to celebrate at Our Lady of Lourdes. We moved to St. Luke's. Before that, it was the Dogget Center, Our Lady of Lourdes, St. Luke's. And now it will be at Holy Cross Catholic Church. So that is Swahili. That's my 2nd language that I speak. And then 3rd language, that is English. And then 4th language, another tribal language that I worked in Kenya, that is Kikuyu. And then now the 5th language that I was picking up is Spanish. I didn't get far with that, so I can say, let me say, I stick with 4 languages. In America, this is my 20th year. I've been here since 2001. I arrived in Rochester, New York, going to St. John Fisher College after receiving a scholarship by the Basilian Fathers. Basilian Fathers are second to the Jesuits. Their charism is education. And then I was in Rochester, New York for 4 years. And then so I came down to Raleigh in 2005 after having had connection with late Monsignor Thomas Paul Haddon. So we had that connection. And then so from 2000 went to NC State after graduate school. 2009, that's when I was transferred to St. John the Baptist Catholic Church in Roanoke Rapids. So from 2001, 2021, 20 years. I've been a priest now for 25 years. I was ordained a priest in 2000. Excuse me, let me back up a little bit. The story is right in the paper. I joined the seminary in 1988. took me 7 years of formation. And then 1995, that's when I was ordained a priest, October 28th, on the feast of St. Simon and Jude. Saint Simon, as we know, he's the patron saint of hopeless cases. My case was hopeless. That is a story for another day. So last year, October 28th, I had a low-key celebration because of the pandemic, and I intended to begin the pandemic hit when I thought I'd be inviting my mom. She was in Kenya, she'd come over, and then in August my mother passed on, so I just canceled my celebration. And then mom passed on three weeks before the fourth anniversary of my dad, who passed on in 2017. So I've not been back to Kenya since I came in 2001, because there was no need of me going back home. I brought my parents over 2 times, 2009 and 2013. So instead of me going home, my parents brought home to me. And then so when I planned to bring them for the 3rd time is when my dad passed on. His health took a turn for the worse. That's when I went back home after 16 years. And then I went 2018, 2019, and then 2020. That's when the pandemic hit. That's when I was supposed to celebrate my 25th anniversary. But then, as it is, mom passed on in the pandemic, and I just canceled my celebration. But I'm grateful that I used to regard myself as a baby priest. But after celebrating 25 years, now as you can see, all hair of wisdom is gone. And now I've joined the distinguished club. My original plan after going to Roanoke Rapids was, the story is told in the paper. I planned to live there into retirement and interment. In fact, I had a burial plot in Roanoke Rapids. A friend of mine that just bought me a big mausoleum. So now things have to change. Now coming here, my plan is to work with the faithful of Holy Cross Catholic Church into retirement. And then so that's what I'll talk on Sunday, this 4th of July weekend. And the gospel, as it says, rejection of a messenger. So either they accept the message and accept me as a messenger, or accept the messenger and reject me as a messenger. So we'll see how it works, but I'm optimistic that things will work. And if I'm accepted in this new community, I'm ready to make it to be a strong black Catholic community in the state of North Carolina. And I'm ready to stay here till retirement, and when I check out from this planet Earth, and I plan to be buried here in Durham. Holy Cross, after I arrived here in 2005 while going to school at NC State, I got invited over. While Holy Cross was at the old location, South Austin, next to NCCU, North Carolina Central University. Father Steve Garrity gave me a call, because at the Sacred Heart Cathedral, we were about 7 priests. We used to call it the Dream Team. And I had more time on my hands. When going to school, I used to offer mass coverage in other parishes. So Father Steve Garrity heard of me. We never met in person, but we spoke on phone. I came, I celebrated mass once at the old location. I saw the picture in the office. And then I came for another weekend. And then I came for a wedding. And that's how I got connected. That's where I also met late Baba Chuck Davis, Dr. Chuck Davis. So that one also, may his soul rest in peace. And also may the soul of late Monsignor Thomas Paul Hedden rest in peace. Those are the 2 African American gentlemen, icons, who introduced me to Holy Cross Catholic Church. To learn about me, we'll walk this journey together, this journey of faith. as we walk along, we'll come to know each other. In Roanoke Rapids, when I was assigned, I didn't know where I was going to. I didn't know how to pronounce the name of this city. I was going in the middle of nowhere. But as we journey together, not in front, not at the back, but together. So journeying together, that's how we get to know each other, and then we bring out the good and the best that is in each and every one of us. From the American community, the people faithful will call me Father Pius, Father Pius. But for the African immigrants, that is the host culture, American host culture. They refer to me as Father Pius. The sojourning culture, that is from the Swahili community, the Igbo community, the French community, they refer to me as Father Wikesa. That is my surname. Back in Africa, we go with the last name. So either way, they call me Father Pius, Father Wikesa, it works. Or some of them will just call me Pius. Those who are close to me, that's fine. Some will call me Padre Pio, some will call me Wikesa or Pius. Either way, it works. About me, what I'll say as I come in, I mentioned that was the punchline in the article, as I left it, is the invigoration in my priestly ministry is from the exhortation of Pope Francis during his first Christmas in 2013, March 28th, 2013, has with his exhortation to the clergy. Be shepherds living with the smell of your sheep in the midst of your people, like Jesus, the Good Shepherd. So I want to walk with the people, celebrating all the sacrifices when they're at home or in hospital, during bereavements, and also joyful mysteries, weddings, birthdays, graduation. So I want to walk with the people that may be able to be a shepherd living with the smell of the sheep in the midst of them, like Jesus, the Good Shepherd. Amen.